Okay, interfacing with Monday morning, January, first, second week January here, and let's see what we got here on headlines and house goods right now. Let's see what the president's talking about, snowing over there if you leave the backdrop, and you correlate the way with the politics that's been going on over the past week that I've reblogged of the CNN, and you can see, I think the last thing we were talking about was the Russia, what do you call it, Kremlin, and some. So look here, so border now. Okay, so they'll go back to spin back to the border here, and let's see what she correlate the Russia and border and let's see. Okay, so there's astounding. Some astounding numbers there, and 81s, 38s, 38s, and okay, so that's lopsided as you can see, and you see round table again, and here we go, and there we go, and the thing, and we're talking about Russia and the border, and I don't know if there's a correlation with the Russia and border. I don't know if there is a correlation or a contrast, but we can see, look here, what do you call it, minorities here, representation or whatnot. Okay, and just starts off nowhere, and just go ahead and it goes.
That Lindsay made, but I did reject it. I'm not interested. I want to get it solved. I don't want to just delay it. That's what we call a national emergency. This is so simple, you shouldn't have to. Now, I have the absolute legal right to call it, but I'm not looking to do that because this is too simple. This should be the easiest deal that I've ever seen. We're talking about border security. Who can be against it?
Okay, and so obviously they're apply pressure there, and they're talking about a temper tantrum that the president had earlier this last week, and where he left the thing. Okay, so you figure 34th general minority, if you activate the Shima or whatnot, and say, okay, look at the invisible minority or whatnot, okay, if it will. And and so if you look here, minority. Okay, let's look at me, invisible minority. Okay, so if you look here, invisible minority, national emergency, Senator Graham, and stuff like that, and say, you look at my Facebook and whatnot, and say, what is it about? Okay, so, I don't know. I think there's a difference, a gap of generational differences between people who immigrated here, their firstborn, that person's firstborn or whatever generation, and which would be the second, and then, or the third, and then that person's born generation, which would be the fourth. Okay, so there's a separation there in ideals. Okay, it's not so blended in as people who have been here, like African Americans or Caucasians, or even Mexican and Hispanic Americans, right? And Latin Americans, right? Who've been here beyond 4 generations. Okay, some Mexican Americans. Okay, whereas invisible minorities, you have to say, have you immigrated? Are you first one? Are you the second one here? Or are you third or the fourth? Okay, so the third or fourth. Then there's the cutoff. Once you get beyond the fourth, okay, Elizabeth Shannon. But anyway, fourth, it doesn't matter. But there's not too many of a populated group beyond the fourth, beyond Chinese, if you will, and some Japanese, if you will, that's beyond the 4th generation and beyond. So there's a few select few that group that is even in that fucking generation where they can where they automatically know it's automatic for them, where they can just be like and spot you off top and be amongst themselves, which is very few because there's very few beyond the 5th generation railroads whatnot. Okay, so you figure beyond that, and so that is one of the juxtaposition of Chinese or Asian American there, culture there, and a lot of, and so we'll just go ahead and pause that real quick before I take a little break on that.
You brought up an interesting point. There are people.